Okay, so just doing the usual, just checking to see that we got audio. So we got that audio, and let's check to see if we got this audio. Should have that audio. Yep, it looks like we're all good to go. Cool. Greetings and welcome, fellow citizens. Today we're on day 5 of the Invictus Fleet Week. Well, hold on a second. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, greetings and welcome, fellow citizens. Today we are on day 5 of the Invictus Fleet Week. Well, it's not technically day 5, it's day, I'm useless at maths. But yeah, I've been counting it as days because there's like 5 different events, and each event is lasting 2 days. So this is day 10, if my maths is right. When did I start? Anyway, yes, so this is the last event. It's on a different location to the rest of the rest of the Invictus Fleet Week, because the Invictus Fleet Week up until now has been the UEE's military might. The UEE military or navy has been showcasing their ships and their stuff, and they've had the showrooms in Crusader, not Crusader, in Orison, to showcase their stuff. However, Drake isn't a part of the UEE Navy. Drake are an independent company in the verse. And why am I doing this with my hands? I am just flapping my hands away. I have no idea. What am I doing? Yeah, Drake is an independent company for the individual users and consumers. They are sometimes considered more of the unsavory people, but we're not really going. We did say like the unsavory aspects of like the pirates factions and smugglers and all that, but no, it is more self-defense. They don't want that image. They're trying to clear themselves of that image because they do have things like the police vehicle, such as the Cutlass Blue. They've got rescue vehicles, such as the Cutlass Red, and they have got interceptor fighters, such as the Cutlass Black. I am seeing a little bit of a theme here. Cutlass, isn't that like the thing that all the pirates use? But yeah, anyway, let's have a little look at what we got going on here today. The very first thing that we see is the Mule. Now, this was a requested vehicle some time ago during some time ago, I'll say like a couple of months back. They said, which vehicle should we do next? And it was by the community agreement that they would choose a ground-based vehicle. And the ground-based vehicle they decided to go with was the Mule. Now, the idea of this Mule is more or less just for cargo shipment and delivery. So if you've got like packages, or you're doing package delivery missions, or you've got a small 1 SCU or 2 SCU units, and you just want to take them from the wrecks or outposts that you have, and you need to drive them over to your ship because you can't find a landing pad, or the outpost you go into doesn't have a landing pad. The only way that's clear to land is like a few clicks away. You don't want to have to be going backwards and forwards, walking. The idea of the Mule is so that you've got a little ship that you can put into your main ship. The Mule is a little vehicle that you can load up into your ship, so then you can drive cargo backwards and forwards from your outpost to your ship. Normally, so far, I mean, I've been working with the Cyclone to do this, but this seems to be a little bit more efficient because this is actually designed to do this, and it has a few aspects with it. So it is designed for that. So it's got like the cargo pads to actually do that. And yeah, as you can see here, some of the concept art or pictures. Oh, it also has claws on the front to allow you to pick up some of the bigger containers rather than the standard containers. But yeah, explore the mill, 6-wheel vehicle, etc. Used to help shipping and basically help load up big ships full of cargo. So yeah, these will be your little workhorse, so to speak, workhorse to help you load cargo up in the future. You won't be doing this. You'll probably find lots of NPCs that'll be using this, or if you want to drive it in yourself. Yeah, but yeah, they've got a couple of them. Also, another thing that we notice here, if I went into the package and have a look, we can see that this is the lifetime insurance token. So if people want to buy these up, they'll be getting lifetime insurance. Now, for some of those out there that are not in the know, each ship comes with a small level of insurance. They haven't actually implemented insurance yet into the game, but that will come in later once the game is actually live and is working. But the idea of assurance is that once the insurance runs out, you might need to buy the ship again with in-game currency, or you might have to renew the license. But you get insurance for like 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 1 year, 2 year, 5 years, 10 years, or lifetime insurance. Now, even though insurance isn't in the game at the moment, everyone wants the lifetime insurance because that is the thing that everyone wants. So people buy ships or vehicles that are low price, nice and cheap, just to get the lifetime insurance token, and then they will upgrade that ship over and over again until they get it to what they want. So I can start off with this, pay for some upgrade to such like the C2 Hercules, and therefore I've got a C2 Hercules with a lifetime insurance. Yeah. However, let's get back onto the deal. I am just going to keep on flipping over here so I just don't lose my place and that doesn't time out. Okay, so let's see, what have we got here on this concept on the sales today? The Buccaneer. Yeah, this isn't it really does like to keep with the old pirate themes, doesn't it? Okay, so the Buccaneer is basically a interdiction fighter. I don't know why they keep calling it interdiction. These don't have interdiction capabilities. Well, not that I've seen anyway, but they are just a combat fighter or a light fighter that allows you to, well, fight. Exactly that. We can see some of the related content, what we've got here. I have no idea what all of this is about. I don't know, this has all of a sudden started coming up recently on my system. I can see things, but I'm not sure what that's for. But yeah, so that's like a standard light fighter. It is very good light fighter, and a couple of my court mates I know absolutely swear by it. They think it's an awesome ship. The Caterpillar. Now, the Caterpillar was the king of cargo, and in fact, even with the C2 in game right now, which exceeds this in cargo capacity, some people still prefer to use the Caterpillar simply because they like the design and the feel. Now, all Drake ships are very utilitarian in basis. You've got pipes, you've got exposed circuit boards. It makes it feel like these ships are homemade, and they probably are. The idea is that it looks messy, but the fact that it looks messy makes it look good. And people still like the Caterpillar, not just because that they were fans of the Caterpillar when that was the king ship out of there, but because they like the design, they like the feel, they like the homeliness of it. So they'll prefer the Caterpillar over the C2. However, the Caterpillar isn't just a cargo hauler. It is a modular hauler. And as a modular hauler, each one of its sections can be changed for other things later in the future. It's not implemented yet, but I have seen some of the designs, and one of the design, this isn't anything like fan fiction or something that I've read somewhere. One of the designs for by Cloud Imperial or by CIG or Robert Space Industries or whatever these companies call, I keep forgetting, was a catapult. So basically, people would fill up inside these areas. The bays would open up, and they would launch the people through space at high speeds, so they could intercept other ships. And it will be down to the individual users to slow themselves down. Now, I think they would probably slow themselves down by tractor beam tethering, which does seem to work. I know, I have tried it, but you've got to be off at an angle. But yeah, that would be awesome to have like changes over for either like catapults or armories or hospital beds or such. Yeah, there is another YouTube out there that does try and give try and showcase different types of things that or concepts or ideas that he comes up with. Astro Pub, I think his name is. The Corsair. Now this is another fan favourite. A lot of people are waiting for this ship to come out. It is basically Drake's answer to the Constellation series. Now, if any of you guys know me, you know I love the Constellation series. It was a great bounty hunting ship. It's got some decent amount of cargo in there. It has a elite ship fighter in it. It's got several guns that are good. It's great for all round everything. It is a jack of all trades, and it is good at being a master of all. But master of none really. But yeah. And this is Drake's answer to that. I don't know if it has a elite ship like the Constellation, like the Andromeda and Phoenix has, but it is good. It's got like the gun turrets on there. It's got some decent forward firepower. It's got some armor. It should have some cargo in there as well. It should be good for exploration, fighting, cargo running. You name it, it will probably help do it. Yeah, the next one up, the Cutty Black, the standard Cutlass series. The black version is basically the jack of all trades for it. It's got something like 32 SCUs of cargo in the back, a top mounted gunnery turret. It's got a main pilot seat and sub pilot seat. Yeah, it is a lightweight ship, but it does have a little bit of firepower, and you can use this to transport ships like the transport ground vehicles like the Rock, and so on, so that you can take it out rock mining if you wish to. It's the basics. It is the ground layer of the Cutlass series. The Cutlass Blue is the police ship. It is basically, it has incarceration. I want to try and make sure I say the right word, but I don't want to say the wrong word. Incarceration capsules in there. So basically, when you're out bounty hunting, you'll be able to stun an opponent, incarcerate them inside the back of this ship, and then take them to the prison to be processed and dealt with. This is the Cutlass Red, which is the medical supply vehicle, which it has two medibeds in it. Now you can't respawn to these because I think they're only tier 1, but it will. I can't remember what is low or high. So I think tier 3. Tier 3 is low, 2 medium, 1 is high. So these got tier 3 beds, the lowest beds, and yeah, you can't spawn with them, but it will allow you to heal yourself on these. The Cutlass Steel Troop Transport. Now this got a lot of flack because you didn't really need this. It's probably the best way to get a lot of people killed. It got a fair bit of armor, and when the doors open up, you've got some nice Gatling guns to lay a lot of ground fire in. But I don't think this ship was received very well, considering its price tag of usually $235, and all it does is allow you to get people onto the battlefield when there are other ships out there that do it much better, much more quicker, much easier, and has got much more firepower to it as well. But I don't think that was the point. I think that every single company has got their own variation type ships, just that some are better of it than others, and this ship here is one of the others. The Dragonfly, ground-based vehicle that's using anti-grav technology, and it is awesome to fly. It is awesome to ride. I mean, I've taken these out, and with the new anti-grav technology that it uses, it smooths, it flies over deserts and tracks and rivers quite well, and you can do some decent racing in there, and so also as well as some ground fighting. But yeah, I mean, it didn't originally, before they upgraded the anti-grav, it was pretty bad. But now with the new revamp they did on the anti-grav technology for it, it works really well. Just a note that these can also be used outside in space, but when it comes into a area of gravity, the gravity technology will take over. Let me just quickly run back to that, just make sure that doesn't change. Okay. Next up here we have the Horde, which is a sort of a spy ship. It's but basically these is a scanner ship, data runner. These areas here will expand out, and it will allow you to scan targets at a distance and store the data inside the ship, and then you would use that data to. You would then sell that data off to other places. I don't know exactly what the type of data it is. It might be in-depth details about a ship, in-depth details about a planet or an outpost or such. But yeah, this is an information gathering piece of equipment. Stores that on servers, and then it will fly. It's not a combat-based ship. It is designed purely to run data from point A to point B. The Kraken, Drake's one of possibly the only decent carriers in the game so far. Now, some people might say, well, the Idris is a carrier, or push comes to shove, you might even get the 890 Jump as a carrier because they've got those bays, or even the Carrack is a carrier. But simply put, those don't really carry ships properly. I mean, the Idris is the biggest navy vessel and can carry like 3 or 4 fighters, but the Kraken here is a predominant carrier. As you can see there, it holds things like Cutlass Blacks. It has some small pads on here that people can land on, some larger pads over there, and the main roles of the ship can change depending on what's actually landed. So it doesn't have things like a med bay itself. It will rely on the fact if it's got a med bay ship, so a med ship landed on it, to be actually how to use things like med bay. It doesn't have any it doesn't have any escape pods, because it's got ships for its people to escape in. I think it does have some decent decent cargo. In fact, it's actually got a train system on board. This ship is a massive ship and has its own train system to move the cargo from the ship, from the ships on board to its main cargo hull. And this ship, the Kraken Privateer, is a variant of the Kraken ship, but it is designed as a space shopping mall. So at the moment you've got like two main ships out there that are designed to set up shop, and that is like the privateer and the Banu merchantman. The idea is you find an area of space, you settle down, you lay anchor, and then you then put up your signs and say, come on, anyone who wants to buy some good deals, we've got some good deals, come on down here. Then people land on the landing pads, and they go off and they browse the shops in below the decks, and the shops can be selling all different types of things. And the main owner of the Kraken will need to rent out the shops, and then and also get the income from the shops as well. So yeah. That is, if you want to create your own little shopping mall in space, you want the privateer. And there we go for the mule, as we saw earlier. So much else to say about that. And my favourite, the one that I've been looking forward to, is the vulture for the salvaging aspect. The idea of this is basically salvaging. You're going around space, you find a derelict, you hop out of your ship, you grab all of the components you can find that are intact, and then you use this ship to strip its hull of all the metals. And once you've stripped the hull from its metals, you'll then chop it up, and then store all the you chop up the superstructure, and then you store that superstructure, grind it down, and turn it into scrap metal for selling. And yeah, so this is one of the favourite ships that I'm kind of looking forward to, because I really am looking forward to the salvage mechanics when it finally comes out. So I think that's all that we've got for down here. Oh yeah, the defense con is in a different location. So firstly, you have to go to the starport. And instead of going to the Vision Center that you went to previously, you just go to the starport, run down here, and it's pretty much right over here using these signs here. And that will take you to the Vision Center, sorry, the Drake Interplanetary Locations, where I am right now. And it's a little bit different because you've got these plaids here, so we can actually rent out the ships from here, which is actually working a little bit better than the actual ship. We can, as I said, I've just been going through these, renting out these ships as we go. Drake Code, let's get that, we want that. I'm going to use this to actually try and leave the station, because I thought that would be cool. Okay, Dragonfly, we've already got colours. Red, black, caterpillar. Oh, I want to try that because I said I haven't seen that one yet. It looks like it's starting to. It looks like it's starting to skimp out a little bit. I'll tell you what. Whilst we're waiting for that to load up, let's try and put in. Let's load in here. Just in case anyone wants to join in and say hi. So anyone who wants to join in and say hi, come in and say hi. Okay. Well, let's go and have a little look around the ship, shall we? So this is a Drake Defense Con here. And yeah, we are wearing the old famous. That's our little get out.
Welcome to DefenseCon. While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UEE Navy, I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from Vandal incursions, Drake is continuing to provide security at home with our affordable and reliable line of ships. Whether you need to haul cargo across the Verse or protect your homestead from outlaw packs, Drake's got your back.
Yeah, so as I said, this was the caterpillar. Let's see if we can find the entrance. I'm sure the entrance was around here, so that's it here. Let's click on that, deploy. So this is what I was saying about the caterpillars or the Drake ships are very utilitarian. These,
Some ship
if we
pops
can get
up
in
on
there.
the scanner and they don't look friendly. Sure, you could try to call local law or the Navy. But who are you kidding? You'll be blown up and picked clean long before they show up.
Habitation access here. There's like circuit boards and everything's all out in the open, so it's not very clean. Hi there. You can run around. Now each one of these areas is a unit, and in the future these units will be changeable for different things. At the moment they're all cargo based units. So let's just open that up. Just cargo based units, and these will be lifts that you can go up, you can move up and down. Yeah, sorry, let me just turn this down so I can actually hear. Yeah, these will be lifts that will allow you to load things up with a little bit more ease. But yeah, at the moment these are all just cargo units. And in the future you can change them for different styles of units, such as like let's undo all the things that, actually I know I'm going to the bridge and going to open them up to the bridge. Yeah, I think you've got like cargo, medi, catapult, armory, engineering access. Yeah. Engineering terminal. Actually, I'm not sure where that went. Turret. This goes up. Hi. This is a tractor beam station. Allows you to tractor stuff into cargo holds. And over here is the command access. Basically. Let's get in here.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
Right, now let's see if I can figure out. Let's exit. I've only got the power. Where's the others? Damn it. I'll try and see if I can actually I was trying to see if I can actually open up the cargo from here, but I can't actually find it from here. Wonder if it. Oh, I hope I could get. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Well, did that get it? Did that get it? Okay, let's try this again. I think if I go for... There we go.
Welcome to DefenseCon. While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UE Navy,
There we go.
I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from Vandal incursions, Drake is continuing to provide security
That's
at home
cool.
with our
That's
affordable
cool.
and
Look
reliable
at that.
line of... Whether you need to haul cargo across the Earth or protect your homestead from outlaws, Drake's...
I'll leave them all nice and open for the next person that wants to have a little look at there. So let's see what have we got here. So you've got like the mule down there. You've got the cutties over there. You've got the vulture down here. And you've got some more cutties. So this is pretty much... Oh yeah, and you've got the old and buccaneer over there in the back. So let's go and have a little look up. What else have we got here at the convention? Oh, just one more little area. Down here is another sleeping areas. For like the for some more crew. Sorry. As well as another tractor beam area as well. That wasn't there before. Okay, so let's get off this ship and have a look at another ship. Just to let you know, that's another turret in there.
To call local law or the Navy. But who are you kidding?
Oh yeah, I wanted to have a look at this. So this is the Vulture. This is the ship that I really do want. It's not in game at the moment, so I can't actually rent this. But the idea of this ship is to be able to salvage. There should be a couple of arms that extend out that will allow you to strip the ships of their hull, and then in here, right, let's go back in here. These things here are sort of like tractor beam cutters, I believe, that will basically drag bits of the ship, like superstructure, into the bay here. Just open up and feed stuff in there to be scrapped and turned into scrap metal. I like the fact that there's like a nice little ladder, but we can't actually use it to get up. However, let's see, this is actually open. So I'm guessing once the superstructure has been scrapped, it turns into scrap metal and comes out here, and then we basically just move it into storage. And this room's storage, basically.
These are dangerous times. That's why Drake Interplanetary builds ships that not only provide function and power at a price that we can all afford, but provide peace of mind for you, for your family.
Oh, this is very tight in here. So basically you've got some weapons racks, some pistols. This is for storing like clothes and such. A food dispensary, I think. Bed to sleep on. Heads.
Welcome
toilet.
to Defense.
You gotta have your toilet.
While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UEE Navy, I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from phantom incursions, Drake is continuing to provide security at home with our affordable and reliable line of ships. Whether you need to haul cargo across the verse or protect your homestead from outlaw packs, Drake's got your back.
It's time to take back your strength.
These are dangerous times. That's why Drake Interplanetary builds ships that not only provide function and power at a price that we can all afford, but provide peace of mind for you, for your family.
Hey. Okay. Nice. Okay, so you exit the ship out through here.
Welcome to DefenseCon. While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UEE Navy, I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from
just to give you an idea how big that
Drake
ship
is
is.
continuing to provide
It's kind of small, but it's not
line of ships.
terribly
Whether
small.
you need to haul cargo across the verse,
So let's see what else have we got
homestead
around
from outlaw
here.
packs, Drake's got your back.
This is a cutlass thread. It has 2 medi-beds in here. I can't remember whether they're tier 1 or tier 3. It's one of the others. And Uh, let's try that again.
DefenseCon's a great opportunity to take a look at the real ships that are out there every day, defending your freedom and moving the shields of this empire.
Oh, it's tier 3. There we go. So tier 3 is basically top. Tier 3 is the lowest. Tier 2 is medium. Tier 1 is top of the line. As you said, we can't actually set this as, because it's tier 3, which is the lowest. We can't really do anything here.
Welcome to DefenseCon. While we at Drake Interplanetary celebrate the brave men and women in the UE Navy, I think we all know that while they're protecting our borders from Vandal incursions, Drake is continuing to provide security at home with our affordable and reliable line of ships. Whether you
Got a little toilet there where the turret should be. A couple of beds. That's one thing I like about these is that you, and this is kind of a unique design here. You get into the seat, and the seats lift you up into the cockpit. So you're currently now up in the air where you was originally down below. So you can see down here.
These are dangerous times. That's why Drake Interplanetary builds ships that not only provide function and power at a price that we can all afford.
Okay. So this is the Cutlass Red. As you can see, that is basically the medical ship here. Tier 3, T3 medical beds to allow just standard treatment, but no revivals. This is the Cutty Blue. As I said earlier, the Cutty Blue is sort of like the police ship for pirates. Can I read this? I don't know if I can read these. Yes, I can. So the idea when you're going out bounty hunting is you'll be able to stun your opponent, arrest them, and then when you bring them into here, you can incarcerate them in one of these little pods here. The system's not actually in game yet, but that is going to be the future of bounty hunting when it comes in. As you can see, the front part of the ship is pretty much the same. Instead of a toilet, we've got a turret, so a bit of a change of spelling, and we've got a little armory rack here, so we can put in a couple of rifles into that gun, and we still got the same pilot seats that lift you up into the cockpit. What else do we have over here? Okay, so this is the Buccaneer, standard little fighter. It's got a couple of guns on here, a couple of missiles. Nifty little ship. It's a snub fighter, so therefore there's no interior. I don't think. Maybe some. No, not even a location to actually store. Not even a location to store cargo. You just get into the cockpit, take off and fight. They do make these cockpits quite nice. Let's get out of this. What do we have here on the other side? We'll go into there a little bit later. The Herald. So basically, this is the information gathering ship. I wonder if we can use this. I wonder if we can activate the scanner on the back. If I can actually get up there. So I can figure out how to walk up ship. Okay.
Yeah. You guys won't mind if I give my husband a kiss, do you?
How was your day at work?
Manic.
Manic. It was manic, was it? Yeah, so it doesn't look like we can actually enter. Actually, I think this changes the rules. I think the entry bay might... See, that's the door on... Ah, here we go. Enter ship. Normally on most ships, the entry side is on the left-hand side. I think this is one of the few that keeps it on the right-hand side. So, as you can see, we've got the scanning station here. Power on.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
It doesn't look like we can open them up at the moment. Let me see if we've got a deploy mode here. It might not actually be in here, it might be on the front. Let's go and have a little look at the let's go and have a little look in the pilot seat and see if we can get anything in there. Just opens the door. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's anything in there that opens it up, but maybe later when it comes into game. But as I said, there is supposed to be a little scanner that opens up at the back. Okay, let's have a little quick look in this hall before we carry on to the rest. So we've got the Merc, we've got the standard merchandise. You've got to get your merchandise for the Drake Interplanetary. The Dragonfly, as I say, we've already got a couple of these in our inventory. What have we got round here? Oh, is that the Kraken? I do believe that's the Kraken, or the Privateer. Yeah, as I said, this is the carrier. It's more of a carrier than the Idris because it actually holds platforms that holds multiple different types of ships to land, whilst the Idris is mostly like a holds a couple of fighters. And over here. Or that's the Corsair. The Corsair is supposed to be Drake's the Drake's variation of the Constellation series that RSI has. We at Drake Interplanetary know that sometimes defense isn't just about protecting what's yours, sometimes it's about striking out and facing the unknown head on. Can you ever truly be safe if you didn't know what threats waiting from beyond the mountain range, moon or jump point? Thanks to a large hold capable of stowing a small vehicle and specially designed asymmetric convertible wings, the Corsair adopts gracefully to unfamiliar atmospheres, combat situations and hot landing zones. Be ready for anything and you'll never be caught unprepared. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of waiting for this ship to come out because you do have a lot of Drake fanboys out there, and yeah, they do want the Constellation series to expand out into the Drake company.
Drake is continuing to provide security at home.
Okay, so we've got another Cutlass here. I'm guessing this is the Cutlass Steel. By the fact you can see the machine guns on the outside edge. Yeah, this is a troop transport ship. So therefore we've got all of the jump seats in here so you can hold multiple amounts of crew. Let me see, how many people can we hold in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So about 18 personnel here. You've got a machine gun mounted on the back. So 2 on each side. So yeah, it's designed to give covering fire. As well as a safe place for the troops to to sit down basically whilst landing. So it's an essential a drop ship. But as I said, we've got other ships out there that do the drop ship role much more efficiently than what this ship can do. However, each company is supposed to have their own version of each type of ship, and this is Drake's version for the troop transport and drop ship. This is the standard Cutty Black. As you can see, it's got a area for storing cargo or ground vehicle. You can easily fit a rock inside here. Maybe, I'm not sure, I don't think you can get the rock DS, just the standard rock. It's also got some side doors here. We open that. I know I just kicked on close to open it, but hey ho. And another one over here. But no minigun turrets. They did used to have them, but considering that's supposed to be a steel thing, I think they removed them from this place because this is supposed to be just like a generic base model. And you can see it's got a turret, top-mounted turret, still got a little bit of armory here, and the seats that lift you up into the cockpit as the standard model. So that is the event hall. I think we've seen pretty much all of the ships. Oh, and of course we can't forget the MVP here, the mule. The mule, the thing that everyone is after at the moment, the little mule that allows you to travel. Basically, these things, you can fit one of these inside the hull of the Cutlass Black, and you can use it to transport cargo from outposts along the ground to where you park the ship. In fact, in the future, there's possibly going to be quite a lot of these outposts and star stations or starports, or when they want to try and unload or load up large quantities of cargo onto ships like the Caterpillar. So let's just open that up again. Yeah, so expect these to be controlled by AI controlled robots that want to when you want to fill up your caterpillars, they'll probably be running around your landing pad just loading up your ships. Okay, so let's see what else we've got. I think that's pretty much all for here. Thankfully we're at the starport already, so it should be easy to just go up. I always wanted to see how quickly the Herald would take us out of here, because the Herald is actually one of the fastest ships in the game, probably due to the fact that it's got a great big massive F-12 rocket booster on the back, but we'll give it a good old test when we leave. I'm going to have to put the graphics up in a sec. Whilst we're here, let's get some food. Wham burger. And a drink. Got to fill up on your drinks before you leave. So, where have we got some... No, that's someone's suitcase. Ah, here we go, bins. Got to throw this in the bin.
Welcome to the ASOC Vehicle Retrieval System.
Attention, passenger Les Jotar. Please contact guest services.
Drake. Drake hurled, I think it was once. Drake hurled, there we go.
Vehicle selected. Stand by.
So basically
Your
I just
vehicle
want to
has been
see...
delivered to the following location. Please visit us again.
Yeah, because I basically just want to see how well it will do. In taking off from this place. Whoa. Oh, avoid lifts. Got to avoid lifts that avoids. There we go, that's a little bit better. Hangar 8. Yeah, those are the great big massive boosters that I was talking about. Hopefully this will make this ship go a little bit faster than normal. But before that, let's change out of this outfit. Yeah, and it's not letting us change. Okay, we'll go for the good old standard sperm suits. Oh, shoes. Okay, so let's see how this goes. We're going to, oh, do I still have, no I don't, because I changed it, because I had a little bit of an issue earlier on, so I had to get rid of the user's UI, so let's just re-add that here. It's, if I can remember how, keep on in, advanced controls, flight movements, and set that to request landing. It's still set, isn't it? Let me just go for options. There we go. Right, graphics. but that's a little bit better. Still got some low frame rate drops here at the moment. And it's crashed. And it's crashed. Yay.
Yeah, so it says Thursday night.
Whoa.
Friday morning, afternoon, night, Jossman.
So, yeah. In that case, what I will do is I will call it a day for that. So just let me just sub that. Yeah, get rid of that. Okay, so let's move that back up. Okay, so that was day 5 of day 5 of the Invictus Fleet Week, doing Drake Interplanetary. Yeah, sorry that we didn't do any of the space combats, but yeah, that's we just can't seem to get off the station, can we? Because of the high lag. However, tomorrow, the next day, I think, is the 30th, which is going to be the final day of the event, and it is basically all that it is just you've got the entire you just got the entire fleet of everything that's been showcased up to now, and that is just going to go out, and you'll be able to rent those out from the terminals, and we'll have the best in show editions that will be coming out. Outside of the best in shows, we'll probably have I don't know if there's going to be any sort of like voting of what you thought was your favourite ship out of the lot, but I think my money is going to be on the Scorpius because of its sheer X-wing design, and that's the ship that I'm really kind of interested in at the moment. But yeah, so that's been the Invictus Fleet Week. Today was Drake Interplanetary, mostly, as you can see, mostly for the pirate side or the low tech angle utilitarian design ships. As I said, on the 30th will be the roundup of the event so far. So I'll probably be back on the 30th just to say goodbye to the fleet. Give the Bengal carrier one more flyby. Have a little look around the Javelin one more time. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to get into that FPS event because it just hasn't gone on at the time that I've been available, unfortunately, as well as when it has been on. The lags was just a little bit too much. But I hope you've enjoyed watching this as much as I've done in creating this. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I've still got that that code down in the description, so if you do decide that you want to join in, don't forget to use that code. It does help us out, and you will get a little bit of extra starting cash as well. Again, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching this much as I've done in creating this. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys out there.